What is up, booktube? It is Monty. We are still trying to figure out lighting, but my camera's battery isn't the red. So, instead of taking time to charge it like a responsible adult, I'm just gonna try and speed through this discussion of Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This was the Unfriendly Black Hotties book club book for the month of August. And was it August? Yes, last month was August. And that's what this one was for. And I watched the live show. I kind of had to click out because I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. And that seemed to be a pretty unpopular opinion in not only the live show but also in the chat. Like, a lot of people, it seems, did not really fuck with this book. And like, on some levels I kind of understand it, kind of get where they were coming from. But in like the larger aspect, I just had such a good time reading this book. And I think that's what makes my rating system a little bit inconsistent, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Most of the time, I rate a book based on how much I enjoyed a book. 9 times out of 10. Sometimes it's when a book is just like, I don't want to say problematic, but like it doesn't address things that I wanted to address. Then I guess you could call me more critical reader person if you wanted to do so. But with Such a Fun Age, I think that what the trip up is how the book is marketed and sold and discussed, and what the book actually is. The book is sold to BookTube, or at least what I heard was it's about this black babysitter nanny who is accused of kidnapping a child. And I think if you go into reading Such a Fun Age and you're thinking you're going to get this story of a black woman who is being accused of kidnapping this white girl and she didn't do it, you are going to be disappointed, because that's literally like the first chapter, and very little, I won't say very little, but it quickly becomes a background moment in Amira's life. She does not want that moment to define her, and in a lot of ways I kind of appreciated that. I kind of appreciated that while she wasn't doing anything to like, I don't know, like resolve the issue, she was also very clearly like, I don't want to be defined by this. I also appreciated that Amira just had no idea what she wanted to do with her life. I think that for me was a really relatable moment for her, maybe because I'm also 25 and I also am like, bitch, what the fuck am I doing out here in these streets? Like, I couldn't, like, the same way that I loved Pablo from Permanent Record for like being a hot mess of a character, I felt that in a lot of ways Amira was the same way. Like, she had gone to college, she had done all these things that she was supposed to do, but she still didn't know what she was going to do. And it was hard for me to be like, you're trash for that, because I didn't think she was trash for that. I found, like I said, that she was incredibly relatable. But I think what the real killer, what really kind of like could turn off readers, is that Such a Fun Age is not about Amira. It is not Amira's book. It is not her story. And while she is a featured perspective that we see the story through, I think that ultimately what the story is how black people are commodified and tokenized by the other people in their life. Like, not necessarily white people. Yes, the people in the book here are white, but just non-black people in general can use black people in the same way that Alex and what's his name, Kelly, were using Amira here, and the other black people in their lives. And I think that what the story really is the sort of that how Alex and Kelly are using these black people in their own lives while feeling good about themselves, like feeling they're doing something good, but they're both just trash humans. And I think that Amira is there to sort of highlight the tokenization in the book, like just in general. And I think that's why she is not a strong character or an impactful character, or like things happen to Amira but Amira doesn't really do things until the interview. And I think that's why the interview was such a good stance. Like, was she doing the most? Yes. Like, was she doing more than what she had been doing for most of the story? Yes. But it was Amira doing something because Amira kind of wanted to do it, and I was here for it, and I appreciated the spectacle that it became. I also just thought it was really great how, even though she had like broken up with Kelly, she was still going to use that line to like really twist the knife into Alex. And I think that was her way of like being like, Alex, you are still that girl who you were all those years ago. Like, you have all of these things and you think that you are not the same person and that you've grown, but like, really, girl, like, you're the same person from way back when. So for me, I found that the book did everything that it wanted to do, and I think if the book had a better, if people on BookTube had like talked about it differently, or on Goodreads, or had been like, I don't know how the book was marketed, because the book came out and like I didn't know anything about it. Like, when it actually hit shelves, I didn't hear about it until the hotties picked it. So like, I'm not one of those people that was like in the know or whatever. So for me, I think if it had been marketed differently and people had gone in with different expectations, they might have enjoyed it more. But for me, it wasn't. For me, the drama was still there in the way that it would have been there if it had been the book it was marketed as, if that makes sense. Like, Alex and Kelly's drama, and Alex being like this weird white woman, was still engrossing enough for me that I didn't mind that we weren't reading about this black woman who's being accused of kidnapping this child, because that book could easily go down the hill, get real depressing real fast, and I didn't think that Such a Fun Age did that. I found that Such a Fun Age was a delight to read from start to finish. It is also not super long, so I think you can really fly through it. I understand that there is kind of a hold on it at some people's libraries, so it's not immediately accessible. But if you ever get the chance to pick up Such a Fun Age, I do recommend it, and I look forward to reading all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. But with that, I think I'm going to end this video here. If you made it this far, make sure you leave this emoji in my comment section, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. But until then, and until next time.